Welcome to Meadowbrook Memories Podcast. I am Jelly, otherwise known as Glacier Prince, and my co-host is Hitchcock, otherwise known as Alfred Henry. Our mission on this podcast series is to explore the stories behind the magic that was created at Meadowbrook. When over a span of 4 years, between 1982 and 1986, we saw the transformation of a small co-educational school with less than 1,200 students, 800 boys, 800 girls and 400 boys into a successful sports and scholastic champion, winning 7 major trophies, 3 Sunlight Cup, 2 Topping Cup, 1 Walker Cup, and 1 Nutriment Shield. And to crown these achievements, Meadowbrook also produced 2 Rhodes Scholars, Cavell Creighton in 1987 and Andrea Wright in 1989, both graduates of Meadowbrook in 1983. In this podcast series, we'll be speaking to persons, both males and female, who were actively involved in this incredible journey, along with friends and staff at Meadowbrook, which inspired the environment which created this golden era. We hope you enjoy our discussion. Please give us as much support and encouragement as you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. Welcome and thanks for joining us. All right, ready? Go. Today is Friday, July 15, 2022, and welcome back to another conversation about Meadowbrook memories. Me, as usual, Jelly, our Prince, our Glacier, our Lance, and any one of those names will do, as you know. Today, rejoining me as my co-host is the one and only Margaret Livermore, who works tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure the Meadowbrook ladies are stepping up to come and share their stories. Also joining us today as co-host for the first time is Nadine Moulton, who is here to make sure our special guest feels very comfortable, because some of these ladies, and as Kerry Ann just tell me before, say that don't apply to she, thinks that Jelly a go bite, but because Nadine had been here on the conversation, she knows that Jelly not bite, and Jelly easy for talk to. Our guest this week only stayed 3 years at Meadowbrook. No, 2 years. 82 to 84, might be 3 years. We talk about that. And as she say, on these conversations before Meadowbrook, as I said on these conversations before, Meadowbrook is like Hotel California. You can check out anytime, but you can never really leave Meadowbrook.
Never leave.
Never leave. She was a member of the netball team, a member of the cadet corps, and she proudly stated that most of her lifelong friends are people who she met at Meadowbrook in the 2 years she attended, 2 or 3 years, she would tell me that. And in true Meadowbrook style and keeping love in the family, she also married to another Meadowbrook stalwart, Licopelle, or Kerri Franklin. So, without further fanfare, Kerry Ann Dixon, the name of school, and married name Franklin. Introduce yourself, Kerry Ann, and then Margaret, you and Nadine introduce yourself. Go ahead, Kerry Ann.
Hi. Well, hello all. Yes, I am formerly Kerry Ann Dixon. No, Kerry Ann Franklin. I did attend the high school for 2.5 years, actually, because I started in the 7th grade and left just as I started the 9th grade. So the third form, I left December of that year, 84. And migrated here. And of course, I've just stuck it out and continue with my Meadowbrook roots, because as I was trying to explain to Little Pele, is that even though my time at Meadowbrook was not a lot of time there, all the stuff that I have learned has helped me to be a member of this diaspora. And I can't forget Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook set me up for this, you know. So, yeah, my time was short there, but I've never, ever not look back and see myself as a Meadowbrookian, a true Meadowbrookian.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah, it's actually my identity, to honestly say.
Yeah.
Other than being a mother, yes, I am a Meadowbrookian.
Yeah, I don't feel the same. But for the record, yes. Did you meet Licopelle at school or after Meadowbrook?
Let me tell you the story now. Licopelle was actually my first boyfriend in high school. He saw me out of order.
Yeah, but long time. It's all right. So you was in what farm? You go ahead. Tell me the story before Nadine introduce themselves.
I actually met him in first form, and of course we didn't really, have any connection until the second form, and he was my first little kiss under the tree in the the front of the school in Meadowbrook. You saw it out of
All right. Well,
and
we'll have
that
save
has
some of them
been the
story there.
story.
Yes. Yeah. Save some of the
No,
story.
nothing big. Nothing big, Prince. Nothing big.
No,
I just
no.
my little troops. It was my little troops.
A little tropes. I hear you. I hear you. I
My
hear you.
little troops.
So,
Yes.
yeah, man,
That's
I
how
just
it
want to get that
started.
straight. Because sometimes, well, many people married, but them know each other after school and some
Yeah.
before school like you. So, and that nice. Me love that. Me love
Yeah.
that, you know. So, Margaret, introduce yourself again.
Hi, I'm Margaret Livermore, class of 83. Meadowbrook runs through my blood. And I'm so happy to be here today with Kerry. I didn't even know that they were doing all that stuff in second form. Really, Kerry?
It was a
And
little
I
chup, Margaret. A
never know
little
about
chup.
that.
No, man, a little chups. Little chups.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that like that. No worry.
Yes, Maddie, go ahead and introduce yourself, darling.
Hello, everyone. Nadine Moulton, class of 1984-86. This is my second time on the platform. Great to be here to share this memory lane walk with Kerri Ann. What should I say? Meadowbrook holds my heart, my home away from home, and every chance I get to visit, I take it. Even when it's closed, I go to the gate and I look. So just wanted everyone to say I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, man. Thank you for joining us in this conversation. So, yeah. So, Kerri Ann, like, you know, that's, you know, the first question we asked anybody to come up on this, you know, did you choose Meadowbrook or Meadowbrook chose you?
All right, so I'm going to tell you the story, and it was so familiar to Andrea because, as I said to you, that's what I was listening to. Because I went to Dunrobin also, went to Dunrobin Primary School, and took the common entrance when I was in the 5th grade. But I had gone to 1 million school, you know, them saying, go sat the class. So, of course, every parent, because I was raised by my grandparents, wanted their girl to go to Holy Childhood and Immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the exam, and it was really easy, and I was like, oh, wonderful. So, and me know I passes the exam. Of course, I go through the book, the newspaper.
Yeah, the Gleaner, yeah.
And of course, you know, my grandparents went straight to Immaculate and Holy Childhood, and I'm like, and my name wasn't there. And me say, no, but Daddy, come I call my grandfather Daddy. I said, Daddy, I passed the test. I know I passed the test.
Mm-hmm.
So I got through. I took the Gleaner now, and I got through it. Of course, my name was at Meadowbrook. And I'm saying, Daddy, I'm so excited because I'm like, Daddy, what happened was, because of course my grandparents raised me, they didn't fill the form out for my the school I wanted to go to. They allowed my teacher to do it. So I returned now to school to tell the teacher that I passed for Meadowbrook. And he said to me, I never forget that man's name. His name is Mr. Muir. Mr. Muir said to me, yes, I chose that school for you because I thought it would be the best thing for you. So my teacher actually filled out my form, and he chose Meadowbrook. So I'm going to have to say yes. I chose for Meadowbrook.
Through your teacher.
Exactly, through the teacher. Yep.
And you never have no regrets say I'm Meadowbrook getting up.
Never had no regrets.
So even the first day, even the day when you get it, I say you never really want to go to childhood or Immaculate.
That's what I was just going to say to you, because the reality is I didn't want to go to those schools. I didn't want to go to the girls' school. I didn't want to go to, you know, and then the what you hear, it's just pristine. It didn't seem like you had any fun at those schools because you had to be, you know, keep your clothes white and all of that. Yes. And I was like, So I was very happy that I passed in Meadowbrook. I was very happy that he had put that on the form as opposed to Immaculate or Holy Childhood. So yes. So Meadowbrook was chosen for me, but I loved it.
So you never know Meadowbrook there before?
Yes, because I live right up the road from it. I live right at Red Hills Mall. Like right
okay, so you're familiar with the school and everything.
Yeah,
okay,
man. I was.
So what Daddy say? What Daddy say when him to say, you know, go Holy Child Immaculate?
He was all right. He was just, I think at that point, because he already didn't see my name in Immaculate and Holy Child, he was just happy that I was, you know, I passed. And then after I told him the story, he was like, okay, because, you know, again, they're my grandparents, so they wanted to see what's best for me. And if a teacher thought that was best, then, you know, they're like, okay, go to Meadowbrook and make your mark and you'll be all right. So, yeah.
And for the record, you started Meadowbrook September 1982.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, because
And
that year,
yes.
I leave in June 1982. That's the year I leave up at 6. So
Oh, that's the year you left.
Yeah.
Okay.
That year I leave, yeah. No, very interesting. This is the first somebody I come on and say, a teacher choose Meadowbrook for them. And them
Yep.
did...
To this day, I still remember his name. Thank you, Mr. Muir. Yep.
So, when you say you ever been from the Meadowbrook campus before? Before you visited, before they passed now?
No.
So, yeah, all right. So, the first day you come on the campus now, the first week, what do you remember about Meadowbrook now?
Just remembered because we were on the netball court, and this was all new to me because again I went to Dunrobin Primary School, and I was a little girl that lived up in a lane. So now I am on this campus where, I mean, at the time we're not calling it a campus, where I'm seeing things that I have never experienced before. You know, just the structures of the school.
Hello? Where's she gone? She disappeared. Where should I don't see her. Oh no, I don't want that.
I'm sorry. I do apologize.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a.
You got a call. Yes, that happened sometime. No worries.
Not cut me off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead. You were talking about your experience at Meadowbrook. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just excited to be, because now you're thinking you're a little bit grown because now you're in high school. So just the perspective, that's what could happen, the possibility. And of course I wanted to be a teacher. So I'm like, okay, so this is where it's going to start for me. So it was just the dream of what could possibly be. I think that's where I was on my first day. That's where I was on my first day. Just being in awe that I'm here, I'm actually here. Yeah.
So anybody from Dunrobin I did pass did you the same time for Meadowbrook? Anybody?
Okay. Bridget McDonald is the only person I remember.
From Dunrobin, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bridget McDonald came to Meadowbrook, and then later on, I heard that Anthony Brown came from Dunrobin too, but I'm not sure when it was. If it was, because we happened to be in the same grade, so I had same grade there. But I know that I didn't really know him at Dunrobin Primary School. Yeah. Later on, I found out that's where he came from.
But let me ask you something. You pick for that school, not sorry. You come to Meadowbrook. What did you hear about Meadowbrook before you come to Meadowbrook? What was the reputation in your mind that Meadowbrook had?
You see, that's the funny thing. I didn't really know much about it because all your life, well, growing up again as the girl, all they tell you about is Immaculate or Holy Childhood. So I didn't really have an idea of what Meadowbrook was going to offer. I just knew it was a co-ed school, so there was going to be boys there and girls. But that was the extent of it. That was the extent of what I knew about Meadowbrook, because I really wasn't into like sports and stuff like that, because again I was a girl, so I wasn't allowed to do certain things. And my grandmother was religious, so I was raised, very strict as far as that is concerned. So I didn't really know what Meadowbrook had to offer.
You never have no prejudice then I come in?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Margaret, did you sound like you have something to say? Or should I?
No, not at all. I'm here. I'm just listening.
Okay. All right. And Nadine, you never have anything to add or subtract? Where she is? I want to make sure you're in the conversation too.
Nadine phone muted, man, so she have to
No, Nadine is at another event, She's at another event.
Yeah. So she'll come in and out. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm going. Yeah. If she have something to say, she'll come in, or we make sure. So you come in, the first year Meadowbrook, what's some of the friends when you meet? Because you talk about, say, a lifelong friends you make a Meadowbrook, even though you're there for 2 years. I'm not forgetting that. What's some of the people when you meet in the first?
All right. The first year I met Denise Thompson. So she and I were good friends. Denise Thompson, it was Juliet Brown, Karen Martin, Lisa Campbell. Those are the people. There's another girl called Lana Barrett. I have no idea what happened to her, unfortunately, because when I migrated, there was a few people, of course, that I wasn't able to get in touch with because my migration was kind of sudden. So I wasn't able to get addresses and things like that. So we lost touch. But the bulk of my friends that I met there is Lana Barrett, Lisa Campbell, Juliet Brown, Denise Thompson. Yeah. Later on now, why I say lifelong friends is later on when I came to America and we reconnected because of Meadowbrook, other people now became my lifelong friends because we have that connection. Yeah.
I got you. We get
Yeah.
into that. So yeah. Because I talk to a whole heap of people, it's like the Meadowbrook connection is so strong. It's like even though you don't necessarily remember them from, it's like yeah. So who are some of the teachers that you meet in the first term you come to Meadowbrook now?
That's the funny thing too, because I was again having a conversation with CRD, and I'm like, I remember Mr. McGregor, and I remember the Spanish teacher, and I couldn't for the life of me remember her name, but I still can't. But I know that she passed recently because one of her daughter reached out to me when she passed. Nadine, if you can answer, you probably can tell me what her name was, because we're the association actually offers a Spanish scholarship through her daughter in her name. So I can't remember the Spanish teacher name. Margaret, you remember her name? But those are two people that stuck with me.
Her name is Miss Liebert.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Mrs. Liebert.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. So I remember her and Mr. McGregor for some reason. I don't remember quite more. I don't remember anyone else. And I remember, of course, Spanner. Spanner, 'cause we never can forget Spanner. But that is, yeah. When I look back and I think about it, yeah, that's basically who I remember, really. Yeah.
So when you come up from Meadowbrook, what the vibe you get with the rest of the school? Apart from the friend and you meet, what kind of vibe you feel when you just come to Meadowbrook in terms of you're up on the campus and you say, right, how you feel when you're at Meadowbrook, first term?
You know, I felt welcome. It wasn't a scary time for me. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't scared. I felt welcome because I felt like everybody there felt like me, like we're here, trying to figure this thing out together. So yeah, I didn't feel, I have to say that's a feeling that I can, if I'm going to put a name to it, it would be welcome. I felt, man, I felt welcome. I felt like we were all just trying to figure this thing out after leaving primary school, and now we're in, big people school, big girl and big boy school. Yeah.
But I think what I'm really asking is like the bigger student, how they make you feel like that a student when like Margaret.
Yeah, that's what.
Go ahead. You go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I never had run-in with anybody. I never had anybody. I was never mocked. I was never teased. Yeah, they all make me feel
welcome.
Man. They all make me feel good because, as I say, when I in the bio, I told you that I played with Carol.
Carol, right? I got to talk about that.
And Nadia and all of that. They may not even remember me, which is a funny thing.
Yeah.
But I remember it because I was such a young girl, and I was in awe of these, stalwarts of the school. So yeah, but I never felt out of place. I never felt, no one teased me. I know there's a lot of stories about that, but I never had that. I really never had that.
I didn't realize you played with Carol and Nadia them.
And I'm going to tell you that they don't even remember that I played with them, but I was in such awe. Because I wasn't the best, but I made it on the team, and I actually played at stadium with them once.
Nice. Yeah, because I did it for 2 years. So which team you play for? The junior team or the senior team?
The junior.
The junior team. But that's still a good way in terms of your talent, because you make the team from first and second farm, and then yeah. So all that work, I come on Meadowbrook now, you never have them skill there before. You never play netball before. How come you just run in and just make it take the team and an opportunity there?
I can't. You know what? I was also willing to try things. I think that was the thing with me too. I didn't shy away. Yeah, I didn't shy away from stuff. Is either I'm gonna do it and succeed, or I'm gonna do it and I'm going to fail. And I'm like, okay, but at least I try. So it wasn't something, and I wanted to do something because that was another way for me to not have to go home right after school. If I tell my grandparents that I'm playing netball, which is pretty safe, so.
That's a common.
So therefore, so I'll be able to stay a little later at school, because you know how grandparents are. As soon as the bell ring, they want you.
You need to come home.
You need to come home.
Little girl need to come home, madam.
Exactly. So that was my way of maybe staying a little bit later.
Yeah.
And of course, if it got too late, I would see my uncle coming down the road for me. So I couldn't make it too late.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
who was the coach of the netball team there?
That's a good question because I really
You
don't
don't remember?
remember.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I
Mm,
remember it was
I
a
was
short,
bad.
dark lady, right?
Yes,
What,
yes.
her name started with an R.
Oh my goodness.
Raymond, was it
Yes,
Raymond?
Mrs.
she was.
Raymond?
It was. I can't
Yeah,
remember why.
I think it's Raymond, but I'm not sure. But I
There's
know
the
her name
netball
started
teacher
with
you're
an R.
talking.
Yeah, the
The
netball team,
netball
Nadine,
teacher.
yeah.
That is
Yeah,
Mrs. Raymond.
Mrs.
it
Raymond
was
was the
Mrs.
coach.
Raymond.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you play for the netball team then, and you say them never remember you at all, but you remember them. Because
Yes,
you
I
never
do.
think you're gonna make the team.
I did not. I did not think, and when I did, because even when as I said, I played at Stadium, it was for a very short time because I wasn't the starting center. I was maybe,
Yeah.
but I did play on it, and it was a good thing for me because those are the things that I recall. And then what made me even it stays with me more is because it was such a short time and I had to leave. So those were my
It stick
highlights.
I said it
Yes.
stick on you more because you say,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
that.
because shortly after I started those activities and even became a cadet, I had to leave. I had to migrate. So
So you say 2.5 years you stay, right? So
yeah,
when you got involved in a cadet, who invited you to that?
it's a good question because I remember Marie Hawthorne there and the cadets, and I don't remember who invited me, but I remember being in the cadets because I even remember us doing a camping trip like in the bottom hill over by bottom field. We were gonna do some hiking up in that hill. And I never forget, Prince, when I tell my grandmother that I had to wear a pair of pants, and because she's at the church, I can't wear the pants. And this lady, no, we get a better joke. This lady go out and buy me a pink pants. You
Wow.
know me. I was like, like, it was like, first of all, I can't wear pants. And I'm telling you, I'm going hiking, and you buy me a pink pants. But this is all again in my head because I couldn't say that to my grandmother.
Yeah.
But I did what I had to do. We were going camping or something like that. And I had a pair of pink pants. It was my first pink pants, my first pants. And it had to do because of the cadets.
So you have to wear the pink pants?
Well, what was going to be my choice?
Okay.
What was going to not wear the pants?
Wear the
going
pink
on?
pants or don't go. It's
Or
just
don't
that
go?
simple. And she was hoping that you would say you don't want to go.
Yes, me have to wear the pink pants up in the bush.
Let me tell you,
What
man.
we do?
Let me tell you a boy that though. Him get a pink pants. Well, if he get a pink pants, he definitely couldn't wear that. That's the first thing. He may never find a dye. You remember you used to can buy dye and dye your pants? And carrot come to school. Granny not gonna know. But you gonna dye that. That's why I ask you. Kerry Ann. I say, okay.
Woman,
Let me see if you
have to wear
create.
the pink one.
Yeah.
You see how the minds work different?
Yeah, man, no, definitely. I say that's a man thing different though for three. I say, okay, you can't give me what you want to give me now, but that now we are school, So we're not going to wear at school at all. So yeah. So the cadet thing now, how long you're in the cadet? For the same 2.5 years already from first form you're in cadet? Go ahead.
I don't know. I can't remember being it from the first form because, as I said, it's like as I got into these things, that's when I had to leave. So I'm thinking my recollection would have to be probably the second form or when I started the third form. I can't pinpoint it down because again, these are things I haven't thought about in years. This is things I haven't thought about in years. So it would definitely. I'm thinking it was either the 8th grade, the second form, or when I started the third form.
Yeah. I hear you.
So I never got to to excel in all of these things or take it further because my time there was so short.
But it sounds like you have a really special time. A short time you were there.
I love it. I loved my time at Meadowbrook.
What make it so special to you
I
that you
don't.
love it? You can't pinpoint
And I'm
it.
going.
Yeah, go
And
ahead.
this is the story that I'm going to tell you. And it's simple things that we don't understand, that we take for granted. I remember when I migrated and I migrated to Florida, and I had, of course, to go to school there. And the first time I saw children, because I came in December of 84, I left. So I had to start school in January. And a simple thing as this, Prince, and whatever Meadowbrook has taught me, I can never forget. A simple thing as I saw the children walking with their lunches in their hand and eating. It was a culture shock for me. As simple thing as that. Because remember when we were in school, you dare not put a piece of food in your mouth until you go sit down. You get your lunch. Yeah, you get your lunch and you go sit down.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm telling you, that kind of sealed it for me. And it's so every time I tell the story, they're like, really? And I'm like, yes. It's those little things that you fight back, you fight against, that you never know when it's really going to hit you as something that's important. And it may not have been important, but just that thing that I saw, I was like, no man, Meadowbrook, they teach me things, because who does this? Who walks around with food in their hand and eats it? And it was something simple as that that made me just value my days there in Meadowbrook.
And you take it for granted, you know, because I didn't realize there's a lesson being taught. You know, you just
Exactly.
That's true. Can't you mention it that while ago? I think about it at all. You get your break and everybody go sit down before you start to eat. Yeah.
Yes, you bought your lunch, you sat down before you ate. Simple things like that.
I remember when I had a big canteen like them have up here, so what them call it, cafeteria. Yeah.
Cafeteria.
Yeah.
Yep, cafeteria. Yep. So it was a culture shock for me when I got here and just saw the difference in what we had to do in Jamaica and what we had to do there. And I think it kind of just kept me kind of grounded. It kind of kept me grounded. The simple things that we just took for granted there in Jamaica, I was like, no, but this is, well, it was important to me at the time, just as a young girl, 13-year-old, trying to assimilate in this place. So, yeah, I drew back.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, so you mentioned something before the thing, I forgot that because I've been saying in my introduction, someone at Meadowbrook power couple, I've been saying, people come to Meadowbrook and it's like, they may not been together, them keep in the family. And how did you meet the special one? Let me call him.
All right, so as I said, we had met in 7th grade, but of course, you know, I'm a child and still a child in the 8th grade, of course, but you know, when you get to that, you decide, say, you're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend. So I don't even know how it happened, if he had asked or whatever it is, but I remember we had started to kind of just hold hands, and then the first little troops under the tree in front of the school, and then it just, you know, just escalated from there, where now he's walking me to the bus stop, and of course, may I choose the farther bus stop, me not choose the close bus stop, but just down there, because may I take the 37A for go.
The long walk you want, you know, walk long, yes.
Exactly, because remember, I just live down the street, so all I should be going towards the bus stop that's going towards my home. But no, we're walking in the back, in the hill area. When you go up past the church and the school, go back there to wait for the bus over there, so I can take the bus. So he would walk me. It would be him and Raj Mason, actually. Him, Raj Mason, and Denise, and go to that bus stop now and take a bus, and you know, and that's how that started. And of course, I migrated abruptly, as I said to you. He didn't even know I was leaving. I didn't know. So, you know, it was a bunch of tears and stuff when I found out, because I left Christmas Day 84. Christmas Day was when I left. And so I had no way of reaching CRD, no way, no connection, nothing. And eventually, of course,
No, go ahead. Finish
up. Eventually, of course, you go on with your life. And years after, I'm now married with children. No, I was married with children, but I was going through a divorce with kids. And I happened to run into Alwyn Rose. I ran into. And, you know, we were talking. I was like, you know what? I would love to know what happened to Pele, to little Pele. CRD's like, what? I know where he is. And I'm like, what do you mean you know where he is? And I'm like, I play ball with him every Sunday. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. And as they say, the rest became history, because I went to see him the Sunday. Alwyn took me to where they were playing, and I have to tell the story. He's sitting right here beside me. Him never remember me, Prince.
Well, you are. If you broke the man heart from them time, make sure the man remember. I want to you. Seriously.
Yeah, man, you give a good answer.
You run go foreign and not tell the man say you're gone, and the man say, yeah.
I was so excited when I ran back into CRD, and I'm like, you know, him never remember who him attacked. Him couldn't imagine. I was like, how could he? How could he? Yes, but
That's an amazing story, Kerry, and I didn't know that at all, and I did not know that at all. But it's very good for them the story here, because that when it happen, I just say it go. That's some look
yes.
You can't stop serendipity. You can't stop that
Yes.
at all. You cannot stop. You can't stop that at all. Your first love, your first little troops, and you and him remember you. So when you confront him now, him say, when you say, you must say me.
Yes,
I said to him, say, boy, you remember the kiss?
Him say, you know, me remember you. I never doubt me, I see, and something about me here and something him give me. But Kerry, I remember you. I'm like, no, you didn't. You never have no idea.
How much years that was though, Kerry Ann?
It was years. I'm talking about years, because we were 13. I was 13 when I left there. And no, what? I don't even know. I'm in my 30s now. Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, in my 30s. Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, so it was a minute.
Yeah.
In my late 20s. Him say late 20s.
Late 20s, okay. It's a long time, that. It's a long time.
Yeah, man, it's a long time.
But you know what, on the lucky the most, enough people meet up back long after that.
Yeah, like 40 years.
Yeah. Who said the 40 years, Margaret?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I know we'll have something about that. Is that we'll keep that after podcast, Margaret. Is that all right? All right, Kerry Ann. This is, so yeah. So when you come to Meadowbrook then, Meadowbrook had a sports reputation of being, because I called a man named a while ago, I know good. Raj Mason. He might have come up on the singer later on, and he was an outstanding footballer like Likopele, and outstanding cricketer. And you didn't know Meadowbrook have a sports reputation when you came to Meadowbrook, or that never mean nothing to you as a girl?
That's another thing. No, I did not. I did not know that Meadowbrook had a sports reputation. It's after I even left, because I've only been to one of the fetes in Meadowbrook. When I reconnected with my Meadowbrook peeps is when they started to talk about these fetes. And I'm like, so where was I when all this feting was going on? And they were like, Meadowbrook is known for the fetes and this. And I did not. Yeah. I only been to, as I say, one fete. And because of CRD is when I would occasionally watch a soccer match, but I wasn't really into sports. So, and again, as I said, I had to go home after school. So there wasn't much of that for me.
That's a common thing. A lot of girls come out of school, and the sports was like not necessarily how good we had it. Just leave, just today and I want to go home. You can watch a sports match.
Yes.
It wasn't win or lose or not like that at all. It means something different to the man. If I win, I want to win. So yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I hear those stories and I'm like, where was I when all of this stuff is going on? But they really do. The men really get into the days, back in the days.
Yeah, man.
A
big thing, man. A big thing.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it motivated me to start this, because when we won in 1982, and me come to Jamaica 2016, I'm Mr. Facey. And Facey, I said, boy, Jeremy, I have a thing for you. And I said, give up. And I said, I never must remember that, because what happened is almost like the achievement of Meadowbrook, including the 2 Rhodes Scholar them and all of the sports trophy win, was like it was going in a black hole. Like it never happened at all. And I say, me a part of a member of that team then, not one of the team then. And I say, me don't want that happen. So I start with this now, and I say, I just want to talk about this. And I say, even if I'm me when I go listen to this 10 years time, I will love that. I never expect say, I end up a talk like you and Margaret and Nadine for anything. No. I am shocked in my mind that I don't feel the same about Meadowbrook like how me do. I can't be able to play a whole heap of sports. And explain that to me, Kerry Ann. Oh, it come about when the feeling about Meadowbrook, and Nadine and Margaret can answer that too. Oh, it come about, say, we not play sport like we, as a man, them, and love Meadowbrook, because we have a sports connection. But we don't have a connection for Meadowbrook now. I can't even explain it at all. How come we don't have that feeling for Meadowbrook?
I'm going to tell you that my connection and my love actually came, just as I said, the little things that it taught me. But when I ran into my Meadowbrook people here, I ran into Gerald Daly first. I was living in Brooklyn. I was going to one of those little stores, and Him said to me, I know you. And of course, my defense is up right away because I hear a Jamaican accent and a man, me are like, no, you don't know me from the West. I'm like, no, you don't know me. And him say, yeah, man, I know you. And me, I say, no, you don't know me. And you know this man say, Kerry. And I was, you say, Kerry, that mean you definitely know me because nobody here don't know me because this is Brooklyn. I'm like, nobody knows me.
Yeah.
And him say, Kerry, and him say, Meadowbrook. And that was it. And because of that one conversation, him stopped me on the street. I now ran into Marie Crook, Tanya Fraser, Nadine Moult, everybody just started to come and we just decided, we have to do this for real. Let's get together and do something to keep this Meadowbrook thing, this Meadowbrook vibe going. And that's how I was telling you my story now where I have lifelong friends. That's just how it started. Because I was a immigrant in Brooklyn. It was just me and my kids. And I was like, I needed something. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd never had friends. When I came from Jamaica, I went to school in Florida. So I migrated from Florida because of my first husband. And I came here and I never really connected with anybody. Yeah. So I was really looking for some place to belong.
Yeah, search for a
and
home
when I
then.
ran, when I ran into Gerald, and no, we have two things in common. We have Meadowbrook and we have Jamaica in common. And then he just brought all the Meadowbrook family to me. And that's how I see them now, Prince. They're family to me. We're there for everybody, every instant. Wedding, anniversary, birthday, funeral, everything. We're there. The Meadowbrook people actually gave me a home that I belong to something now because of my connection that I had. Just on the strength of that, just on the strength that I went to Meadowbrook because nobody remembered me from Meadowbrook because my time there, as I said, was such a short. It was a whisper.
Right. That's
it was a whisper.
Right.
But no, anybody who can say Meadowbrook, them Kerry name is synonymous with Meadowbrook. Kerry Ann, yeah man, Kerry Ann, the New York chapter, Kerry Ann, they know my name because of the Meadowbrook. We've now become family.
Yeah. And Margaret, why you comment on this thing in terms of say the man them proud of Meadowbrook because of sports, first and foremost, and what them do and the sports team with them follow. But why you as a woman proud of Meadowbrook the way you are proud of Meadowbrook?
As I said on my podcast with Andrea, Meadowbrook was my family. It felt like a home away from home. And everybody was just like family to me. And I still have that feeling. If I go anywhere and somebody say I went to Meadowbrook, I embrace them. When I say embrace them, not physically, but they belong to me. They're my family. It's just that way. I don't know why, but it just felt like family to me. Yeah.
And Nadine, I want you to answer upon this in terms of why you think the girls because it's fascinating to me, because I say, but they're not playing a sport. I ask them about sports and I say, what that? Which ball that them I play with? Why is it that the girl have the connection they almost as strong as the boy them for Meadowbrook?
Hello, sir?
Yeah.
Wrong word.
Wow.
Not almost as strong.
Okay, sorry.
I don't know.
My girl is stronger. Okay, sorry.
Maybe stronger.
Sorry, I won't make that mistake again. Stronger, sorry. Stronger sex, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nadine. Answer that for me. Because
it is very interesting that you say that. And I think when we were on, we mentioned it in our podcast, Yolanda and I. It is just that family environment between the teachers and the members of staff and us. It was really a home away from home. And I actually kind of talked about that recently when I spoke with the graduating class this year. It is definitely that home feeling. Teachers were like surrogates. They played so many different roles, not just teachers. They were mothers, fathers, psychologists, everything, guidance counselor, all wrapped up in one. And so the family unit was just always there throughout our state.
And Kerri Ann, that's the same feeling you get even though you just spend 2 years there.
Yes. Yeah.
You made a
just that bond we have when we say Meadowbrook. It's like automatic. I hear it so often from other people, and they're like, you guys are really family. Whenever we have any get together and we're touting each other and we laugh no stop and everything, everybody's like, you guys are really family. Anyone who was not from Meadowbrook, see it. See that we have this kind of ownership of each other, like we belong to each other,
Yes.
and we take on each other's responsibility. We just take it on. Where it's a beautiful feeling. I always say, Meadowbrook gave me a home in this
See?
big cool country here where you can't ask your neighbor for a cup of sugar and them something there. Meadowbrook people gave me a home. Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
relate to them. Yes.
Yes. And they were gonna go to bat to you for Prince. Prince, they were gonna go to bat for you. When I first ran into back with the Maries and the Tanya and the Salome and everybody here, once we had to do anything, everybody was gonna do it. Everybody was gonna, we went to one person's house. Oh, when I got a salad, everybody find themselves a salad, and we sit down and we laugh and chat, and we're gonna for hours and hours and hours, all hours of the night. We have a thing that we always says, we never want to leave a spot. All when the party done, the Meadowbrook people them stand up on the sidewalk and chat same way.
Yeah.
We just don't have enough of each. Yeah, we just don't have enough of each other. It's a feeling that I don't know how to describe. I don't know if these young ladies on the phone can describe it better than I. It's a feeling that's undescribable to me. That when I'm around Meadowbrook people, it's just it's just the best feeling ever. Best.
And you know what, Kerry? You have, as you said, other people talk about it, and I've heard, oh, you're going out with the Meadowbrook people then, like it's an exclusive club. That's what people think that it's an exclusive club. Like, even if it's a public place that you're going, they feel uncomfortable to come in the space because they feel like they're intruding. Even when they're not, because we're a very warm and welcoming crowd.
Because I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. We're so welcoming. Yeah.
Because they feel like it's an exclusive club.
Yeah. They say them not gonna know, certain things are going on. People outside from Meadowbrook and outside how we think and operate. Them not really knowing. Sometimes I see some friendship working. You see the person from afar, and you say, boy, I'm look cool, I'm this and that. But when you get to know the person, but I never say, but as some Meadowbrook say, I said the vibes of Meadowbrook say, outside anything say, but them just have to come. I just say, Meadowbrook, I'm just all the while, Meadowbrook never have no wall, we still on a wall, we open to anybody who want to come in, and we embrace everybody. So that you understand? Yeah.
That's a little bit of a hard pill for me to swallow when I hear that, Margaret, because as you just said, we are so open and inviting, because once you say Meadowbrook, we're like, oh, you're family. And even if you're a family,
no, I don't mean that.
Even if you're,
I mean people from other
school, other school chat about. It's like I think what Margaret said, Kerry Ann, is that it kind of intimidating the people outside. I look on, gotta make we treat each other. It look like an exclusive club.
Right.
You follow me? I say it's like you go on night club. You know them club the way you go on is like you have to have a special pass to come in and all them way there.
Right.
I saw them feel, but them don't really know. Because
exactly.
Them don't really know at all. Because unless them identify themselves as Meadowbrook, and you check him and them say, let me see you green and blue. If don't know if you're going, them don't know if you're going to invite them in.
Yeah, man. But I just think that we are just so welcoming, so inviting. And even if you're a friend of a friend, you're like, no, man, you're a market friend. No, man, come, you're family. It's just, you know, that's just, you know, it's we're just, we're just nice people.
We get a honorary citizenship and nothing. Even because even me go Meadowbrook, enough man come on the campus who never go Meadowbrook.
Of course.
And we embrace them. We embrace enough of them. Them not come to the school, but after school them they the same. When know enough of them come to the school and I say, I don't call a bar, I'm going to this him go. I say, but when am I there? But it never made no difference at all. Meadowbrook was an open door thing. I'd say no visa and no border wall. We never had that at all. None of that.
None of that. All is welcome.
Exactly. So Kerry Ann, when they're Meadowbrook now, the short little time you're there, which teacher or which schoolmate inspire you? When you look on and say, as that person you look up to a certain way. And it can be anyone, any teacher or a student, you look on and say, yeah man, that person inspire you.
If I'm gonna say somebody who has inspired me, the person I can think about, and because he has been such a close part of my family even now, I would say Raj Mason. Because, as I said, Raj, myself, and Sarah Denise used to walk to bus stop together. So I know his story. He knows my story.
On the start in Meadowbrook the same year.
Yes.
Okay.
And the fact that he is who he is now and is still one of the most humblest person that I will ever run into. I mean, when he comes, this way, he comes to my home, and he's just so humble. I'm inspired by him.
Still Raj.
What he has. Yeah, man, it's still Raj. Raj.
Yeah.
I was there last year for my birthday, and he came to celebrate with me, and it was just still Raj. And Raj come and I just Raj, and we laugh and talk and drink and be merry, and I just Raj. Yeah, I have to say that his being awes me. I'm in awe of his being. Yeah, he's a really nice person, really, really nice person.
A big man as well, I say, because I can endorse that, because we know Raj because he play sport. He was a member of the cricket team them after me leave, 84 and 86. So I know of him and know him. So when this podcasting come up and I started, I reach out to him, and reach out back to me just like he said, like on a nothing, a Raj, same way.
Yep.
I reach out to him and say, you're jealous, sir, I never get back to you, and we set up a time for him come on later on. So I understand exactly what you say, man.
Yeah.
I understand exactly what you say. Pure class, right through and through. So,
Right through and through. That's the word.
Yeah, man.
Yep, right through and through.
I understand what you say.
Yeah.
So which teacher inspire you? Which teacher you look on and I remember said them inspire a certain way?
As I was saying, my recollection of teachers was not that good, but I do remember the Spanish teacher, and why she inspired me was her love for the language was unbelievable. And of course, I took that on when I came to America now, did 4 years of Spanish, because of this teacher. And yes, I was an honor student in Spanish. Even got an award when I graduated high school here in America. I went to in Florida, and I asked Mama Cancer, "Me, I'm a Kerry Ann." That's still all I can say. I can write it. I can go. I mean, it's been a while now since I've even touched it. When I graduated high school, because I finished high school here, when I graduated, I got honors in Spanish because of her. And let me tell you, that's the only thing I can say. Me, I'm a Kerry Ann. So,
but you can write it, but you can't say it.
Yes. Like I can conjugate and things like that. But she did. And just the possibility of course, we have our two languages, we have Patois and English, but the possibility of learning another language, yes.
Oh, definitely.
I was.
And what the teacher name again? What's her name again? I could bigger up.
We just said
Mrs.
her
Liebert.
name.
Mrs.
Liebert.
Teacher.
Why can't I remember Liebert? Oh my gosh, Mrs. Liebert. Yep.
She recently passed.
Yeah, she passed recently.
Okay, yeah. What for bigger up? Because that was my strength subject at all. Spanish don't ask me nothing in a Spanish more than they say. No Espanol. I hear you. All right.
Yeah.
So look a short time there about Meadowbrook now. Any fun memories I remember Meadowbrook? In a training kind of on the netball court, did they not get it? Or in the classroom or a field trip? Give me a couple of them fun stories to know what you can talk about.
Well, I have to say my fun memory of Meadowbrook was when I actually got the opportunity to go to the fete, because I've been hearing about this and that, and I finally was able to go to a fete.
That's what I mean, after I left school.
No, man.
While I was school, okay, go on. Sorry,
While I was there, and I think it was the 8th grade, because no, 8th grade are early 9th grade, as I'm saying. No, I've established some trust with my grandmother, and I'm like, it's just one little party, and so I end up going to the party, but I had to take my uncle with me. But my uncle was nice enough to kind of just stay in the background, because he had a little girl with him.
Yeah.
So, and I had a good time. I remember that was one of my fun time at Meadowbrook. So of course, always, because I'm a Garshorite, when we have our house there. Yes, Garshore all the way. So yeah, but I would have to say my most fun memory wasn't, because now I was able to act like a grown up. I was able to act like I'm a big woman. When you know you wasn't a big.
Wings, I know. So where the friends keep up at the school?
Yeah, man, up at the school.
Oh, yeah, man.
Up at the school.
Meadowbrook got some of the best fete, man. I want to say,
Yes.
man. Best.
So I was, but that's what I'm saying. So I was told I only got to go to one. I only got to go to one.
No, man. When we go to fete and you buy alcohol by the crate. So it's so the best, yeah, man. I have some good memories of the fete too, Kerri Ann. I mean, exactly what you said, man. I had some great memories of them fete too. No worries. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you come out late at night and you can have fun and all that, but yeah.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. That was it.
So any fun memories from the netball court, I remember, are in the cadet?
I'd have to dig. I haven't really thought about it.
Okay.
I enjoyed playing netball though, especially I loved to watch Karen Martin because she was a beast on that netball court. Oh my God, Karen Martin. Karen Martin.
Okay.
Yes, Karen Martin was magnificent on the court. I love to watch her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, just regular games, I guess. No. Yeah.
All right, let me ask you a question now. You might bowl you a little bit. What the most embarrassing moment you remember in Meadowbrook where you can look back on with a smile?
Well, two things. It was embarrassing for me, but I don't even know if anybody know it. The first day of Meadowbrook, well, it had to be the first week that when the school uniform thing come out, it was a white belt that was on the paper. So you carry your material and you carry everything to the dressmaker. But it said white belt. Now my grandmother, again, not going to trust me to say, no. I said, Mama, no, nobody now wear white belt is the belt of a matches. And she said, no, the paper said white belt. So I was built a white belt. So me show up at school in my white belt. So I show up at school in my white belt and nobody ever really make fun of me or anything like that. But I was very embarrassed for myself because I'm saying, but me tell her, I say, I know white belt, somebody have to go back home and say, Mama. So I had to wear the white belt for a week. The streams is up the road now, I go just make the belt quick. So I had to wear this white belt for about a week. And then the second part, I was embarrassed for me again, but it was just me. My grandmother again, because she had, limited resources with funds and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
She had a shoemaker make my shoes. When I tell you, say, the shoes couldn't done print and it was such an ugly shoe. The shoes could not finish. And I was just a little bit embarrassed about my shoes because it wasn't a shoes that was bought in the store. But nobody never really paid me any mind. But it was just, for me, it was a little bit thick and cumbersome. But, so it was, like petty.
Hold on, let me ask you this. When Stitches sing the song, Young Girl Wear Your Size, are that shoes I remember?
Well, it was my size. It was a little bit ugly, but it was my size. It was my size. But Margaret, I don't know if you may not remember me at Meadowbrook, but I don't remember there was a few people who told me that I used to carry a white rag, and I don't remember it.
That who used to carry a white rag?
Me used to carry a white rag in my belt. See how they tell me right now, so I used to carry a white rag in my belt, and I don't remember that at all.
Well, say I don't remember everything, so I'm going to go with him on that.
I'm first love, I must remember everything I want to tell. You can't forget it. Even though when you remember him, I remember you. I will never hold against him.
Right? Wait, Prince, talk again. You never remember me, but you remember the white rag.
Exactly, yes. You come stand up in front of him and say, I would just attack him. I never remember white belt. Seriously?
Yes, that I had a white belt. But that was it for me. It was more of my embarrassment than, anybody else.
Yeah.
So I was also a quiet kid, I was a quiet girl, not quite shy, but just quiet. So I could have been gone unnoticed, whatever was my hang up. I could have gone unnoticed because I wasn't really, out there.
No, but the short 2.5 years time you're part of the netball team. That's a significant achievement because as Spanish used to say, enough people come to Meadowbrook and them just pretend to them to be furniture and you say no. You have to participate, exactly.
I tried. I tried.
And that is a good thing because I say you have to look on life, you come in and you don't know, you just have to just try. And that's the mentality me. You just have to try. You have to try, Kerri Ann. You have to try.
Yeah.
So, what's the best learning experience you get from Meadowbrook?
Say that one more time.
The best learning experience you get from Meadowbrook.
I'm going to have to say within that vein, just keep trying. Whatever it is that you want, whatever thing you think you can do, just keep trying. You may not get it the first time or the second time, but you'll get it eventually. If you just keep at it, keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just give up when something gets a little tough or something gets a little, hard. Just keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's something I learned there, to keep trying. Because as I'm saying to you, I never anticipate that I would be on a netball team, much less play even if it was 5 minutes at stadium, So just keep at it. Yeah, just keep at it, and it'll come. It'll come.
So, what impression you got of Miss McLennan? Because Miss McLennan was principal when you were there for a short time. What was your?
I stayed very far from her, very, very far, because all the stories you heard on how strict she was, and whenever I passed her window, I was always walking properly like a lady, never spoke loudly, never did anything, because I really did not want to have the wrath of Miss McLennan Spanner, or as we so lovingly call her. So I know she was a strict disciplinarian, and that was it. I just stayed out of her way. I just did all I had to do to stay out of her way, because again, because of my upbringing, I couldn't have any notice go home to grandma and grandpa say, I was acting out of sorts. So I was very I towed the line. Yeah, man, I towed the line to make sure that Miss McLennan had no reason to discipline me, or none of that.
All right, so what life lesson you learn at Meadowbrook you want to pass on to your friends and family? You have passed on to your friends and family. What life lesson you learn from it? You got to tell your friends and your family them.
A life lesson. I have to think about that one, the Prince. Yeah.
No, man.
Again, I guess I would have to say just perseverance. Yeah.
When you talk about Meadowbrook, I hear you.
Yeah. Just perseverance. Just stick it through. Stick it through. You never know. You never know what's gonna be on the other side.
Yeah.
If you stop, you know what I'm saying? Just stick it through.
Yeah.
Stick through and stay. Yeah.
I hear you. And Nadine and Margaret, if we don't have any question, don't make me run off my mouth all night, because if we don't have any question, we want to ask Kerri Ann, Hello? What am there? I don't know if I'm there. Margaret? No, sir.
Margaret is there, but Nadine is on mute.
Nadine is on mute. Okay, all right.
But Margaret is there.
I'm on mute as well. Just
you're on
listening
mute,
and enjoying.
Just listening. Okay, I hear you.
No questions for me, Margaret? No questions?
You hearing me?
Yeah, man,
Yes,
I hear you,
you.
Margaret. I hear you. Yeah, man.
Okay, awesome.
I just wonder if you wanted to, anything you want to add or subtract away, Kerri Ann have said so far.
No, man, everything's good.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I hear you. Make the one jelly go and run off him out. It's all right, yeah.
Any question for me, Madam President? Any question?
How has the presidency impacted you over the past 4 years?
Say it again.
How has the presidency of the New York chapter impacted you? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm glad you bring that up, Nadine. That's a good question. Because Talk about that, Kerri Ann, that you have been, because Nadine bring to my attention, because them know you more than me, that you have been active member of the Meadowbrook chapter, the New York chapter, for the longest while. And
yes.
Talk about that experience and why you got involved and how that has been for you. And as Nadine correctly asked, how has that been for the last 4 years? You have been president for that chapter for the last 4 years.
Yes, 4 years.
Talk about that. Yeah.
Being a member of the association has been one of the highlights, and still is the highlight of my life. As I just said to you, this is what caused me to have my lifelong friends. When the opportunity arose for us to get involved with an association to give back to the school, I jumped at it. I remember telling this story not too long ago, about a few years ago, and someone said that to me. They're like, so how are you so active when you've only been there for 2.5 years? And I continue to say that the little lessons, because we all think they're little and they all add up to bigger lessons that Meadowbrook has taught me. I want someone else's story to be that. I want someone else to be able to have that story. When I started to go back to school to get my degree, I went to a speech class, and it was a competition. And my story was about Meadowbrook. And I was able to bring information to them that they didn't know. One of the reasons, I should say, why I participated so much with this, the give back, is because when I started Meadowbrook High School, as I said, my grandparents raised me, so they didn't have the financial means. So they did all they could for me until I passed common entrance, but that's all they knew. They thought that once they got me to high school, I was going to be fine. Keep in mind, I'm 11 years old, so I'm not going to be fine, but they, with their limited education, didn't know any better. So they did the best that they could do. But I got there and I was a little bit lost, only because of the fact that I was a brilliant student in primary school and everything, but I wasn't that brilliant at Meadowbrook, because one of the things we're lacking was books. I never bought books, so they got the book list and they had to pick and choose the books that they could buy me.
Because of financial constraint.
Yes. So I understood that without books, no matter what I'm taught in school, I'm never going to learn, because I don't have anything to go home and practice. And then I couldn't have friends. So therefore, I was dropping behind in school. And I remember that. And the moment I got the opportunity to be able to give back, that's what I said. I didn't want any child to be there without books, because if they don't have books, it cripples you for learning. You have to be able. So once I became a member of this, there was just no looking back for me. My fight is always to make sure that the kids have books, and at this point now, of course, computers and whatever it is, to enable their learning. Because with those tools, it can take them everywhere. And that is my reason, and that is my passion. Other than the fact that I say, we get to just be around like-minded folks. That's why I do it, to be able to make sure that children have books so they can further their education.
You remember your locker?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remembered it, and I had enough to say to myself, but I can't do it without the books. I really can't. I really can't do it without the books. So, that was the driving force behind me and the New York chapter to consistent. It was consistent with me, and it still is. I've given up the reign, as Miss Madam President say, and she's been doing a wonderful job. Wonderful, Nadine. But it's one of my best moments, just to be able to give back to the school. To make sure that children didn't have to go through what it is that I went through.
And Meadowbrook is a better feed. I'm glad of that. I'm happy for that you have the passion for that, because everybody, that is really appreciated, because a lot of people don't realize, say, when you pass common entrance, that's just the first step. That's just the first step, because a lot of people come from homes where you just can't afford to do certain things at all, and you need to book them, and the book them. In the early 80s, the book them get more and more expensive, because the valuation and this and that. So
it was difficult.
It was difficult.
I actually won, as I was saying, when I did it. I was starting going back to college, and I won the competition because of that. Because the kids were in awe. They're like, "You guys, you don't get books back in Jamaica. The school doesn't provide books." And I was like, "No, it's not like here, where you just have your books and you have your textbook, things like that." I says, "No, it's not. That's not how it is." So I am really, really very proud. I tell them I'm a Meadowbrookian through and through with my 2.5 years.
You're proud of it. Good. So
Jelly, I'd like to interject here.
Go ahead, man. You go ahead, Margaret.
You say 2.5 years, and people might think, oh, but what is 2.5 years? Let me tell you something. Since 2009, I've been able to watch Kerri from the sidelines, and she does an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
She has done an amazing job and continues to support the school. And on behalf of everybody, Kerri, we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, Margaret.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I appreciate that.
No, me just have to endorse that because I'm going to tell you why. For me, I'm going to particularly have to endorse that. Because for me, I've been out of touch with the Meadowbrook community for so long. I don't know. I've been saying a previous podcast, I was in witness protection. You follow me? I said it wasn't, but it's like I was just, you go through life and you stay low and you know, even, it didn't show up on a Meadowbrook event or nothing like that at all. So when I come out of there, come out of witness protection and I hear people like you and Nadine are getting, and in my mind, I hold up Meadowbrook pan on the shoulder a certain way. I have to appreciate that, man. When you lift, when you do some heavy lifting where when me asleep and me disappear, when you come and when you hold it together, when you make the light shine the same way, and me have to endorse what Margaret said a while ago. Anybody who step up and give them time for them association and come forward and do it, big up to them, man. I can't stop big up that. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that, man. Because me know say, me I talk for myself, me know say me never have the time. And sometimes I just a motivation and the place where in your life to give back. You follow me? I said to you, so I'm glad we have a platform now. We can honor and understand and make you know, say, yeah, man, Meadowbrook community appreciate you and your husband and Nadine for what you do for the community. You follow me? I said to you, I just want to make sure I say that because sometimes you forget to say certain things. I'm glad you bring up that, Margaret. I appreciate that because you take it for granted and I say it's easy for just for what I'm doing, but it's not. It's not an easy thing for just take your time. Because you have the family, you have the commitment and all of it, but you say you want to give back. And I love that. I love that, Kerri Ann. I love the passion in your voice. You just did it for 2.5 years, but I said, no. You want to give back. You want to give back. And it's a powerful thing. I love that. So thank you for that question, Nadine. I appreciate that. You kind of... for me, make answer certain things. I appreciate that. All right, so Kerri Ann, next question now. Message to existing students or future students or staff member. If you see them or somebody going to listen to this podcast 5-10 years down the road, we are telling them about Meadowbrook. So we message out for them.
What you do here right now matters. What you do in the future matters. So think about what it is that you're going to do, whether you want to be known for something really wonderful, really great, or just settle. Everything you do matter, and you may not realize it, but it does. So make your choices. Make your choices good, clear, and it because it matters. What you do now matters. And keep, my word is constantly, keep pushing, keep moving forward, because the possibilities are endless. The possibilities are endless. And it's going to get better. That's my word too. It's going to get better. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, keep pushing, keep moving forward, because it will get better.
Yeah, man. I like that, Nadine. Sorry, I like that, Kerri Ann. Sorry.
No problem. I'm in good company. I'm in good company. Nadine is our.
So, let me ask you this, because I have a couple more questions. But more I ask, when you, I forgot back in this, because I like the laboratory a little bit with you and your husband, you know, and I say, you meet up back, I would just glass over it, you know him from school. You meet up back this man where you first of all just say, are you aware that this is a common thing among Meadowbrook people?
I know that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, man, you go ahead. You take it.
No, I thought I knew what you were saying. No. You know what? I know that. No, I know that since he and I have been together. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing a lot more. I know there was the Hibberts, right? There was the head boy and and the head boy from Jamaica. Yeah. Sean
Sean
and
and
his
Becky
wife.
Hibbert.
Yes, Sean Hibberts, and I know of a
Yes.
few more. I've heard of a few more.
Well, my brother
Nadine.
married to Saffron's sister, so that's how we know that was. Yeah, I don't know if you know Saffron. You must
Yeah,
have.
man.
Yeah,
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 man.
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember Saffron.
Saffron was
Yeah,
a sister.
man.
Right.
Yes.
It's a tradition.
Yes.
It is a tradition.
Yeah.
It really is, and it's amazing if you go back and look the amount of Meadowbrookians that are married.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them didn't even know each other at Meadowbrook, but they meet up and end up getting married. Some of them knew each other from first farm, like you and Dwight Lawrence and Lysanda Lawrence. Had lives, and then later on got together, happy, doing well.
Yeah, I just heard about them. Congrats to them. Yeah, because I remember Dwight. I don't remember his
Lysanda.
wife, Lysanda. Yeah, but I remember
Lysanda was
Dwight.
one of my BFFs at Meadowbrook.
Okay.
And she's still in my life, still very a constant, still a support.
Yeah.
Still an awesome friend.
Yeah. Beautiful.
No, it's a long tradition, Margaret, because even our sister went to Meadowbrook in the 1960s. And she married to a guy from Meadowbrook too. Didn't last long, but they were married for about 3-4 years in the 1980s. So the tradition go way back. So yeah.
Maybe it was those pets. Maybe it was those pets at Meadowbrook.
Oh me. You know what, Nadine, you may be right. Exactly. I don't
You remember what Tony Moore talked about and what was in the 80s and the songs that were Island in the Stream and all that kind of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
that was definitely our songs. Island in the Stream. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, I know a lot of what's been, going on and what Kerry Ann has been saying, and we've really been endorsing a lot of it. But I know I was on mute, so I just wanted to add this part that Kerry Ann served, I would say, we've been around for 27 years. Kerry Ann must have been there for 27 and a half. So I just wanted to use this opportunity to just say kudos to her. She has served in every capacity you can think of on the board. And when she was not on the board, she was around the board, over the board, across the board. She was everywhere. From the days in the Bronx when she was recruiting all the guys to play in the championship at the in the Vanderchild High School in the Bronx. She has done it all, run the gamut of it all. And I must say, when I followed in her footsteps, I had to really, really pay homage to her and just to say, well done. We appreciate her. She's still there in my, I can call up during my presidency that's going on. So I just wanted the opportunity that she's sharing those memories, and it just also you bloom where you're planted. And if for 2 years she developed that kind of love that has taken her all these years and still doing what she's doing, we really hope it can really rub off on some of, whoever is listening to this.
Yeah,
I can't really sit on for the whole of the podcast, but I really couldn't miss that opportunity to just let her know how much she means to the organization.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nadine. But of course, I have to say that the team has always been great. I can't take all of the credit. We work as a team, and the team really does pull through. And then, of course, without the support of all the people who believe in us, because they believe in us, and that's why we are definitely successful, because we do what we have to do, and without the folks to come and support and be a part of it, then we would be doing it in vain. So we're very proud of our Meadowbrook family and our extended family, that when Meadowbrook calls, they do answer. It's a good feeling, and I'm thankful for that. Of course, you
And
brought up Evander Field. That was some tough years, Nadine. Oh my God.
yeah, try to get the guys, try to get them support, get the support for them, and to try and get the gears, try to get something to feed them for the weekend. Listen, the half has never been told, and up to
Oh.
now, we are talking about this memory lane thing here. We
Mhm.
are the face of Meadowbrook. Everywhere you
Yeah.
turn,
Yeah.
we are the faces of Meadowbrook, and we wear it on our sleeves proudly.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Yes.
it's
Yes.
true. So
It's a beautiful thing.
it's a beautiful thing. And I have to say that I'm going to have to leave for now, but it was really great to hear everything that's going on here. Please continue with your
You're breaking up, Nadine. Repeat
Yeah,
what you
it's
said.
breaking
I
up
don't hear
now.
nothing what you say at all. Repeat that.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Kerry Ann, kudos.
No, she's breaking up.
No,
We're not getting.
she's
So
Nadine.
Nadine, we're not hearing you.
Yeah.
keep doing what you're doing. My can you hear me?
Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead
I'm
now.
in a
You're
hearing
much
you
quiet
now.
better
place
now,
by
yeah.
myself. Can you hear me? I'm just saying I'm going to have to run and just let
Yes.
you know I am really happy to have been a part of this. Prince, keep on doing what you're doing. And Margaret, thank you for recruiting me to come aboard, okay?
Yeah, man. Anything for Meadowbrook, you don't know.
Good job.
Take care.
All right,
All
Madam
right.
Yeah.
President, do
All
your
right,
thing.
Nadine.
We'll talk
Thanks.
later.
Thanks for
We'll
the little
catch up.
time you come spend with us this evening. Yeah, thank you.
I
Appreciate it.
I
Yeah.
have something that I'd like to say as well.
Yeah, go ahead, Margaret. Go ahead.
Kerry was just saying that when you call Meadowbrook people show up. The New York chapter was doing a raffle before COVID. Every year they did a raffle for a few years, right? And I would sell raffle tickets. I have sold raffle tickets to people in London, to people all over the US, to people in Canada. You know, I mail the ticket to them. No joke. And I have one gentleman that I have to mention. His name is Alfred Morgan. We call him Scotty. He, class of 83. Lives in Saudi Arabia. And he buys his raffle tickets from me every single time we're selling raffle tickets.
Amazing.
Yes, he wires me the money every year and say, Margaret, if I win, I'm going to donate it. Just like that. Every year. And he buys quite a bit. So that's how Meadowbrook people are. Once you've been through those gates,
yes,
and you get that connection, it just never leave you.
Yes.
Yeah, on Hotel California, Margaret.
Yeah, man. Yes. You know, I've never thought it now, but you know, Prince, I'm gonna use it from this point on. You gave me something because it's so true.
Check
oh
out,
my God.
You can check out anytime, but you can never leave.
You can't leave. You can't leave. It's true.
I'm sorry, the man in Saudi Arabia, Margaret, and the man say, make sure I get this, you know, and make him know, say, yeah. Yeah, we never really leave Meadowbrook at all, man. We love it so much, we never really leave at all.
Yes.
After all these years, we don't leave at all. We don't leave. So yeah, Margaret, yeah, man, I'm glad you called up with me and big him up. So make sure you send him a copy of the podcast because I'm glad to know, say, yeah, big him up certain way. When this one come out, so. Kerry Ann, there's a couple, well, 2 more questions I have really, you know.
All
so,
right.
Because simply to take it, but I talk for about 90 minutes, you know. I always have 15 minutes you could have talked for. You realize that. When we start the conversation just flow.
It flows.
Yeah,
Yes.
man, yeah. So, any question? Well, let me ask Margaret first. Any question or topic where you like comment on, where you think me never ask? Because a lot of time people come on this podcast, and when them leave and gone home, and they say, boy, Jelly, you know, say, me have something I should say to you afterwards. And it's like, so I ask you now, Margaret first. Anything where you think I could have asked, I never ask. Or any comment where you want to make, where you think I should have comment on. Go ahead, sorry.
Okay, the thing is, you ask the right questions. The thing is, most people, it's when you are lying down later that night or in the morning, you have things that come up that you say, oh my God, I should have tell him this or I should have tell him that. It's not about your questions, it's about our memory.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes,
True.
so good job. Just keep doing it.
True, because the conversation trigger your memory and I went, go lay down and say, right, did I remember this?
Yeah.
So you Kerry
I'm
Ann,
gonna have to agree.
Same question to you. Anything where you want to comment about or me never mention, it have to be a question we could ask. Anything where you want to ask, the floor is yours. Or say, comment about.
Yeah.
Before
I
me
really
ask,
do agree. I
yeah.
agree with Margaret though. It's like as I was listening, because as I said to you, the first one I listened to was
Andrea.
Margaret's and Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that the forum was just magnificent. It's not an uptight situation where it sounds like, okay, you have to have the right answers for everything. And it was just, as you say, your take of whatever it is,
Yeah,
your
man.
answer, and I love this. I love the fact that I'm literally sitting in my backyard, but I feel like that's what we're doing. Like we're just sitting around, just talking, just reminiscing about Meadowbrook. And this is excellent. I love this forum. It's very easy. I didn't know what to expect until, as I said, I listened to that. I'm like, but no, because when Margaret called and I was like, yeah, man, I have no problem. Just kind of give me, a heads up or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But then when I heard this, I'm like, oh, this is easy. I don't have to. This is not an exam. I have to study.
No, it's not a right or wrong question. It's
Yeah,
a conversation. Exactly,
yeah, it's
exactly.
just a
Right.
conversation,
And
and it make you relax, it make you feel good, and just even to think about things that you have never thought about before. Because when you're asking me something like, I'm gonna think about it, and for the life of me, I couldn't remember the Spanish teacher name, but it's a Spanish teacher.
That's
Make me love Spanish.
right,
She
right.
make me, yeah,
And
she
come
make me
out in
love
this, I know.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and say no. Remember about the pants. Somebody I forget for do the trek up in the hill there, and I'm like, so it brings back things that you have never even
Yeah.
thought about in umpteen years.
Yeah.
But it's a good feeling. It doesn't weigh on you. You're not
No.
you're not apprehensive. You don't have to stop and think, and if you have to stop and think, you stop and think.
No, right.
But it's just easy. Yeah, it's just easy
No
flowing.
pressure.
It's not.
No.
Yeah, it's not it's no pressure. No, there's no condemnation. It's just us sitting down talking.
Yeah.
It's
It's
us
like,
sitting.
yeah.
I like it. I
Yeah, man. Yeah,
definitely
that's
like this
the nature.
forum.
It's not
Yeah,
the
man.
right or wrong thing. That's how I don't
Yeah.
call it a podcast. So I introduce it. I say it's a conversation. And nobody may invite me
Yes.
say, come join the conversation. Because it's not the right or
Yeah.
wrong answer, man. I have a couple of questions. But just to get the conversation flowing, that's all it's about,
Yeah.
I don't want a right or wrong answer. If you're right,
Yeah.
I don't right or wrong. Just to come remember, I remember more I get.
Right.
Because you're right, there's something which is true, And when listening is back, after, sometimes you hear some music when you hear for a while and put in a certain mode. And so this is going to make you feel when you listen back after a while. Next you listen back and you say, right, that me really say, it in a certain mood now, and I say, yeah, you remember when you do that at Meadowbrook and all them things. I say, yeah.
Yeah.
No, so
It's good.
I understand what you say.
Beautiful conversation. I like it. Yeah.
But let me ask you something, because this just come to me now the day I talk, and you mentioned music. Apart from Islands in the Stream, which other song was it for you at Meadowbrook, where you got Meadowbrook?
Okay. So, again, we're talking and something comes to mind. I remember there was a talent show in Meadowbrook, and I remember the group had to be about 5 of us. I distinctly remember Tanya and Lisa, and the song that we decided to perform to was "Let's Groove Tonight" in the
Ooh.
park.
Earth, Wind and Fire, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and you want to see when the park goes, you all fall down. We form a straight line. I want to fall to the left. I want to fall to the right.
And with the talent show to keep at school.
Yes,
Yeah,
you couldn't tell we say we're in a big time dance and stuff like that. So yes, that song sticks with me, and every time I hear it, I go right back to being on that stage at the talent show at Meadowbrook in the auditorium, falling down with Lisa and Tanya. I don't remember the other 2 girls, but I think it was 5 of us. Yeah, man.
So me
Yes.
talk when a song play, and you say, right. It's like you remember where you was there when that song play. Yes,
Yes,
Kerri Ann,
so I'd
and
have
that's
to
exactly what I say. And sometimes the song that's coming in, I don't know why it's coming in, but it put it back in a certain place. I say, yeah, man, it make me feel good. I love that song.
So definitely it would have to be Earth, Wind and Fire. Let's groove tonight. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Yep.
Sometimes I need to put this on my question, because sometimes I just, when you talk with me, remember when type over this and put it on, because sometimes I like ask a question, just to see the mood, the song that more people like at the time, And everybody like a different song, like have different memories, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kerri Ann, last question. Let me ask everybody to come on the podcast. What made Meadowbrook magical?
Well, without even thinking about it, as you see and you hear, it brought me my husband. So
Okay.
I can't vex it, Meadowbrook.
Brought you back your first love. First of all, I hear you.
Oh, I could have never be vexed with Meadowbrook. Me say, let me give you one quick story before we leave. And him again, my memory is so vivid because again, it was such a short period in time. And I'm holding on to these things because when you drop into a new area that's so foreign to you, which is foreign, you have to hold on to these memories. So I remember one day we walked to the bus stop up in the hill there, and he's sitting on the wall. Him and Rod sitting on the wall, and you know me with my bright self, right between him leg while he sit on the wall. You know that's a memory for me that I have that I'm sure he does remember. And if him tell me, say him sitting right beside me, and I say, if him tell me, say remember, me know a lie, I tell.
Remember, being a gentleman. He's a gentleman. What's wrong with the Kerry Ann? The man is a gentleman.
Kerry, oh, you so lucky. How fun I never hear about that.
You never hear when me do it up in the back of
the hill. The butt hill foot she can hide. That can turn some bus, yes.
Man, but me feel like fun I hear everything no matter where or when.
Yeah.
No. Me up there in the hilltop at the bus stop with him sit up on the wall and me stand up in the wall between them. Like, you can't imagine?
Yeah, you
know.
So, no romance setting up jelly.
You never forget them things, man. You just never forget them things there. That's exactly right. Exactly.
Yes.
And it is
Meadowbrook was
bring that fear, yeah.
Yeah, man. Meadowbrook was definitely magical for me because I have this gentleman for the rest of life.
Did you ever think say you'd meet him up back though?
No, I didn't. No, it wasn't something that I thought could happen. I mean, occasionally, as I said, because I came around Meadowbrook people around before, because I met Marie before I ran into Alwayne. I keep forgetting Alwayne Rose, and Marie's like, I asked Marie the same thing. Every time I back up a Meadowbrook person, I'm like, oh no, what happened to Liquor Pele? Oh no, what happened to Liquor Pele? So I was really shocked when Alwayne knew it. It was like, really? Everybody me asked about him every time I went to another Meadowbrook people.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're going with Liquor Pele. And lo and behold, Alwayne come, and here he was, Liquor Pele, and that was it. So yes, I'm gonna have to say,
it coming a time in your life when you're in a transitional period. It's just easy. Yes, it wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah. That is wonderful.
Yes.
That is nice. So you never keep in touch at all because you just lose touch. When you lose touch, you never keep in touch at all.
No, we had no connection because I told you I left there. It was so abrupt because I didn't even know I was migrating. And my uncle came and he's like, okay, your mom wants you because my mom lived in Florida. And I'm like, what? I can't go back because remember we're on Christmas holiday. No, we're going on Christmas holiday and my uncle just show up and he's like, we'll make a move. And I'm like, what? I not get to tell my friend them, but most of all, say I see me I worry about. But I'm never going to tell no. I didn't get to tell none of my friends me I leave and nothing like that. Nothing. But just have to pack up. I mean, you couldn't tell my grandmother, say me I worry about friend and boyfriend and all of that. We just have to move because I just had to move. And that was our story until, as I say, late, almost 30. When we ran back into each other. It's a
common thing in Jamaica, where people just come and tell the pick them, say, tomorrow, we're not going on the plane tomorrow, A very common thing. I wait for a friend tell me that story.
Yep.
And the next day, the night before them I leave, them just say, come, ready. Mm-hmm. It's a tradition. I'm not sure I endorse it, but it's a tradition where strong in the Jamaican community. I don't have the reason why they do it, but
Prince. Prince, that's another story. Because it is such a scary story, especially for a child, especially
it is.
It's traumatic. Yep, it's traumatic. It's
you get uprooted from the friend and where you go for so long, and all of a sudden you see them no more, and it's like, and it's not like I know if I mention this Kerry Ann, because it's not like today that now I'm talking about them because everybody have social media can connect everybody. There's no way you don't text them and I say, boy, you gone this one, and you keep in touch. But that back in the days, most of them have phone in our yard.
Exactly.
Much as cell phone never exists yet. Much as email, that's something they've know. You ever email somebody and then you can't give them an address or not like that at all.
Not exactly. And you don't know you don't know you're leaving, so you can't tell your friends. I remember give you your address, you can write a letter. No, you don't know.
You don't even know where you're going. You don't even know where you're going. You don't even know where you're going either.
You just have to move. So as I said, that's another traumatic, story with trauma, but
Well, when Liquor Pele come on or Kerry come on, he might come on later down the year. Come and text him today and tell him say, come on. So sometime in November, me and him set up a day for come on. So you will give him side of the story and then
yes, please. Please. And Prince, but why you put this down as one of your questions?
Yeah.
Liquor Pele. Did you remember Kerry Ann when you first see her? Why?
I mean, I forgot to ask him that. Because when you bring it up now, let me ask you. How come you attracted to him? Since you bring up that, let me ask you the question back.
You know what? Let me tell you why. He was such a nice boy. When I tell you that he left an impression with me at that young age, that it was something that I told him that he thought that I am totally out of my mind. And there was one thing about him that was a side thing that I couldn't forget was his smell. He had a particular smell that it stayed with me. But outside of that, he was such a nice guy. When I tell you, nice, him just nice. As a little, because him always, lad, him love tell people say, me's a cougar, because I am 6 months older than him. So him loved tell people say him I'm a young boy.
Yeah.
But he was really a very nice guy. Really, he just left that impression on me because CRD was just, you never got a bad feeling from him. You never had a bad spirit. Him never show off and bossy, and him just nice.
Yeah.
Him just nice. Him just considerate. You know what I'm saying? Very respectful. Yeah. He was that from then. So he stuck in my head. He stuck with me from that time. Yeah.
Yeah, when him come on, him can't give him story. What him life story was like if him never go a roundabout trip for say married and divorced like you for come back to you because the two want to make for each other. That's all I can say. That when him buck up back after all these years and on still light up the fire, that is wonderful. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
That's all I can say. Well, Margaret, the only twist on me of that. Well, in the last word, Margaret or Kerry Ann, in the last word.
This is absolutely amazing. I love this forum. I have to say thank you. Everything we can do and anything we can do to get Meadowbrook out there, because we're all lovers of Meadowbrook, and I appreciate you for picking this up and doing it. Yes, wonderful. Congratulations to you, and thank you so much for having me. Thank you for the call, Margaret. I appreciate it. But this was a wonderful few hours that I spent. Well, yes, nice about 2 hours spent with you. Yes, thank you so much. Yes,
Margaret,
thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Any last word, Margaret?
Yes, sir. What I'd like to say is I enjoy these podcasts. I like being a part of it, like being on the actual recording. It's fun. I want to say to the ladies who listen, please give me a link, no man. Carol Ann Simpson. Carol Ann Simpson. I'm calling you out because you keep dodging. I don't know what you're hiding from. You need to come on. We need to speak to you. Elizabeth Ford, I'm still waiting on that call from last week, Tuesday. I'm calling you guys out. That's how I am. Love you guys.
Come on, ladies. It's an easy conversation. It's an easy conversation.
When them conversation I go, them hear them more people come on. Because I just say, you come to school just 2.5 years, and some of them people like Margaret that come to school for longer than you. So they have more members than you for talk about. So
exactly.
I was there for just almost 2 hours there, so and a 2 year come on Meadowbrook. So what wrong with them? Seriously.
And you know what? I'm going to say this. My nephew went to Meadowbrook as well. My sister who went to Meadowbrook, her son, he graduated a couple of years ago, maybe 4. I would love to hear from his year. I'm going to try and talk to him about. He has a best friend, a best female friend. I'm going to see if I can get her.
2 of them.
I'd love to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, I love to hear them because I know, say, as I mentioned that, somebody introduced me to a new upcoming, somebody was starting Meadowbrook, the term I come up, I'm saying I want to get film perspective and go into Meadowbrook. Just pass, I don't think I come on entrance and call it,
Pep
them call it, right? So I try to line them up to, them line up already, we just need somebody. I did have a teacher, we teach at Meadowbrook now, we want she come help me with the conversation. So once we line it up with Johnson, it's like a new student. I said, I just want to get a perspective from him. So it feel like, just like how we try to remember how it feel for you when you come in. I want to know how him feel now.
Right, going in.
Yeah, man, him just come in Meadowbrook, when him feel now come on Meadowbrook. It's a different type of conversation, but I want to be part of the memory. Just like
Yeah.
what I said to Margaret, I love that too. So reach out to them and make me know, because I love what for them feeling about Meadowbrook. Because almost
Oh.
2 generations later to see me. But I Meadowbrook memory same way. Meadowbrook memory
Yeah,
same.
man.
So I love talk to them, and then whenever I set that up, you just call me and make me know. I love that too. I love that too.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So,
All
ladies,
right, well-
Margaret Livermore and Kerry Ann Dixon-Franklin, as she proudly say, this has been a wonderful, wonderful conversation, and thank you for coming on, and God bless to all of you, and as I say all along, I'm Meadowbrook all the way. Rally around the green
Meadowbrook.
and blue. As me always say, rally around the green and blue. We can't left.
Rally around the green and blue. We can't lift it. Can't lift
Yes,
it,
that's
Prince.
right.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, man.
Thank
no
you, Miss
problem.
Margaret, for inviting me.
Yeah,
You're
man.
very welcome.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Have a
yeah,
good
man.
night, guys.
Yeah, man. You
Good
too.
night.
Thanks. Yeah,
All
man.
right, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Meadowbrook Memories, and remember to give us all the support and encouragement you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. And special thanks to my production manager, Kyle Prince, who takes care of everything involved in getting the podcast out every week, and without him, this podcast would not be possible. It is his expertise that allows me to do what I love doing every week, having great conversations about Meadowbrook Memories, and he's responsible for everything else. So again, thanks to my production manager, Kyle Prince.